group is getting ready to help advocate for musicians and culture in Austin.
Music Moves Austin joins together several groups, including Austin Music People, the Red River Merchants Association, EQ Austin, C3 Presents, and South by Southwest. It's a 501c3, 4, meaning it's a tax-exempt organization, not-for-profit, and dedicated to social welfare.
You're going to see lots of action from them leading up to the November election, voter registrations, council candidate forums, and more. Nick Shuley is leading the effort. KXAN's John Dapkovich sat down with him to get an in-depth look at how he sees the Austin music landscape.
When you look at it, what really are the biggest issues that are facing the people who are trying to make a living as an artist in Austin right now?
Well, I mean, obviously, it's an area that affects a lot of different areas in Austin, but affordability is the toughest one because, you know, as people start to move here, rents start to go up, cost of houses start to go up, cost for like music venues to exist, all of these things go up.
So if somebody who is watching this and they say, you know, I live in Cedar Park, I got kids, I don't have time to go see you know, live music, this is not something that affects me. How is this, though, important to all of us who live in and around Austin?
Well, I think, and we believe it as an organization, that as a city that hangs our hat on the live music capital of the world, that pretty much anytime you talk about music, within the first sentence, there's generally someone's talking about when you talk about Austin, someone's talking about music.
Sure.
And I think that if we're going to use that and we're going to hang our hat on that, then we need to do the things, we need to step up and do the things to support that and protect that, to grow and stabilize that.
When you talk about this issue, I think about a city like Nashville, which seems to be very similar to Austin. It's got incredibly fast growth right now, but also a music scene full of people who are trying to make it as artists. What are the similarities and the differences you see between those two cities? And are they tackling that differently than we are?
Yeah, well, and we actually work clearly with the city of Nashville, and you know, we're both trying to figure out the best ways to do that, and we're studying each other and talking to each other, and I think that's important. Obviously, learn from everyone else's mistakes. And it's crazy. Nashville, like when you go to Nashville, you'll get in an Uber or a taxi or something, and the first things they talk about are, oh, there are 100 people moving here a day.
Sounds familiar.
There's cranes everywhere. Like all the cost of living's too high. So it's very similar. And I think Austin's a city that was built on the live side, obviously, like with all the clubs and venues we have. Like a lot of it revolves around that side of the industry. Nashville, same, they have a big live side, but they also have like more the IP side, which involves publishing, performance rights organizations, labels, licensing, those pieces. And I think that it's an area that's kind of come and gone a little bit here. There's still some good groups doing some good things, but it's also an area that we're really looking we want to grow in Austin.